Hello, day 3 of the master cleanse, type 1 diabetic. How am I getting on? Now, before I started the cleanse, I'd heard that days 2 and 3 and 7 are the most challenging. So I was kind of preparing myself, thinking I'd be in a right terrible mess of some description that I don't know. But actually, it's day 3, and like I've said before on the previous videos, I've been really drained of energy, really fatigued a lot through June and July, and particularly the last 2 weeks, just total cocoon. So maybe I was in preparation for this cleanse because my soul and body and everything knows what it's doing. My mind doesn't know. But I was kind of thinking, okay, days 2 and 3 are going to be a bit rough. But I started on Wednesday, it's Friday today. Yesterday, Thursday, I noticed I had I had energy coming back to my body. And today was the same. I've had a lot more energy. So I was umming and ahhing. I should stay at home. I should look after myself. I should be near a toilet. I don't know what's going to happen to my body. La-di-da-di-da. But my body was getting ready to go out. And this is how I work with the whole busking thing. It's not a mind thing for me. If it gets into the mind, it's just, well, if anything gets into my mind, it's just too much to deal with. So the way I've sussed it is if my body starts getting up and preparing my busking stuff, then that means we're going busking. And so my mind just follows my body. And if my body isn't doing that, isn't getting prepared, and my mind is still thinking, oh, it'd be nice to go out singing, but if my body's not going prepared, and I know there's nothing I can do about it, I just have to trust the body. So but this morning it was like I was up early and my body's getting everything, and I'm in pure type 1 diabetic mode, which is I have to organise all of my food. Because I'm quite sort of picky with the foods that I normally eat. I'm not happy just eating anywhere. Sometimes I do treat myself, but I pay for it, really. And I like organic foods and stuff, so I don't really like grabbing food when I'm out or not having food with me. So for years and years and years, I've done loads of food prep and having things prepared, like especially if I'm going out singing, like what have I got to, what do I take with me? Sometimes juices, smoothies, salads, and stuff. So my body was getting all prepared this morning. It was like making little bags for lemons with knife in and a spoon in a special like unmessy, unsticky bag, because I'm going to be scooping out molasses, and a big like medicine bottle that I can shake it all in, and a lemon juicer, and flasks of water, and a little pot of cayenne pepper with a tiny spoon, and all of this stuff, just getting it all ready so that no matter where I was, I've got everything to make my juices on the spot with the enzymes still alive from the lemons. So which was relatively easy. It's no more complicated at all than getting my food and stuff ready. It's just that diabetic mode of, right, get things prepped, get it organised, take it with you. So I ended up going to do some singing in Totnes, and I was tempted to phone someone before I got there. Can you make sure that you come and see me when I'm singing, and can I have your keys and use your toilet? You know, I was getting all like that. But actually I've been totally fine. So and I had so much energy. And when I was setting up my busking stuff, this adorable little 2-3 year old blonde girl was really staring at me, watching everything I was doing. And the moment I started playing, and I was playing this Violet Flame song, and I do it as a kind of invocation and a prayer before I start, and this little girl just started spinning and dancing the whole time. It was just beautiful. And she found a white feather and was like, oh, and came over to me. And so you know, it was set up nicely. It was I was like, right, okay, I'm safe, body's safe, insulin levels, blood sugars, sugar, whatever I need, everything's safe. Toilet over there, everything's safe. And I had a lot of energy, and I was noticing it when I was singing. And that's what the body was wanting to do today. It was like, you need to just go and sing, like really sing, and with the intention of just moving energy through the body, and all the other transmutational work that's happening when I'm singing. And yeah, so it was a nice experience. And I noticed like this like weight that wasn't there, which is normally always there when I go out busking, which is this weight that's called, what am I doing about food? It wasn't there, because usually, even if I've got made food and I've got it in my bag, my brain is like sussing out all the possible places that I could go and eat food, especially if I'm in Totnes, because they've got some places with yummy food and food that I would eat. And normally I'd be like scanning all of that and thinking about that, and I might just treat myself and all of this stuff, or ooh, coffee shop and all of this jazz, and none of that could go on. So it was like a weight off my shoulders. So I was quite relaxed when I was doing the singing and taking breaks, and there's like a couple of people that I knew came and sat, and so that was nice. And today I haven't taken any short-term acting insulin. I take what I usually have. See if I get them right. I always get them muddled up. Is Lantus the background one? I think Lantus is the background one. Humalog. Oh, I might get the names muddled up. The purple one. Humalog. No, yeah, I might get the names messed up. The background insulin that I take at night, and usually I have 17 units. And then in the day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, I'm taking like somewhere between 8 to 12 units for all of those, really. And sometimes I might miss a meal, and other times I might have extra meals and stuff. So I kind of just work with it intuitively. But right now I'm just having my 17 nighttime 24-hour background long-acting insulin, and but I haven't had any short-acting insulin shots today. I'm still doing 1 tablespoon of molasses in each drink. And what Stanley Burrows says in his book is, for diabetics, because everyone else would use maple syrup, but for diabetics you have 2 tablespoons of molasses, but you start off with 1 tablespoon, and then you start cutting down your insulin and building up the molasses at the same time until you stop. I don't really know what he says, and I'll wait and see what my experience is. But I've just been having 1 tablespoon because I was having a little bit extra yesterday, but I noticed it was rising my blood sugars a little bit too high. And today they've been a little bit high. They've been sort of around 14, 15. But I can cope with that, and this is experimental, and it's not like a long lifestyle diet thing I'm doing. It's just 10 days, so it's been around about 15, and I've had 8 of those 250ml lemon juices. So it's like 8 tablespoons. On day 1, I had 12 of them. Yesterday I had 10, I think, and today I had 8. It's just been, I just not wanted them so much, and yeah, it's kind of like a bit overwhelming, that amount of sweet stuff. Because don't normally, it's like, whoa. And, but I've just been having them when I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry. There's those cravings are there. Like, I've been having these, I remember when I lived in Glasgow, when I was volunteering for Ox Jam, and I had absolutely no money, and they would give me this like this lunch budget, and I'd go to this like restaurant down the road, and I used to have this like fat giant mushroom burger with these big fat rustic chips. I've been like fantasizing around that all day. But what I'm doing, instead of like going, stop thinking about it, you know, I've just actually been going, yeah, think about it. And I've been imagining the whole plate. And I've been imagining like just biting and chewing and I've just been enjoying that. And I do it, and it doesn't make my stomach go nuts. I'm not hungry. So it's just craving. So I'm just doing it in the fantasy imaginal realm, and it seems to be all right. But years ago, 15 years ago, when I ever did my first ever kind of like diet for helping my body, I cut out all carbs for a year. It was experimental. And for 1 month, I photographed absolutely every single thing that went in my mouth. I made a massive book of it. I created all these like recipes because I had no sugar, no bread, no pasta, no wheat, no heavy vegetables, potatoes, no heavy fruits, like just to cut it all out, as well as nicotine and caffeine and alcohol and meat and dairy and everything. And I went a bit bonkers after that. I remember my friend Savannah saying to me, Lex, I think you need to eat a potato. Yeah. But when I did that I did that diet 15 years ago. There was a point to this, why I was saying this. Can't remember, can't rewind myself. Anyway, I did a diet like that, and yeah, there was a point, but it's gone. Yeah, so I've had more energy today. I think it's the energy's like coming back to me, rather than like struggling so hard in the body with all this digestive stuff that seems to be going on. And that's not happening. I mean, I've still got a swollen belly. I've got stuff going on in my belly. I'm just not going to label it or you know, but there's stuff going on. And my stomach's like quite swollen, but I feel it's in the healing process, and it's maybe having a bit of a reaction to this whole cleanse that I'm doing. And but I'm still really waiting for the like elimination to really occur. There's been a little bit of it, but I feel like it's really waiting to get going. So I think I've been quite brave going out that far away from home the last 2 days. But I've had the energy for it. But let's see how I feel tomorrow. Yeah, got my tea here. Senna tea. It's actually quite nice. It sort of reminds me of I don't know, like weirdly, it reminds me, it tastes of the smell of henna, like dye that you put on your hair or your skin. It tastes like that, and it's called senna. So maybe it's a similar thing. I don't know. Yeah, so more energy. Slept well last night, actually. Just I didn't set my alarm. I just knew I would be okay. And when I woke up this morning, my blood sugar was a little bit low. It was like quite low, 3.4, but I think it was still coming down to 3.4. So I hadn't had like a mad dip and rebound happening in my sleep, because you feel like you've been hit by a fucking Concorde when that's happened. And I just knew it wasn't going to happen. I could feel it. So I test my sugars before I went to bed. I mean, and that's just what I do. You know, I don't recommend anyone else doing that. I'm deeply intuitive when it comes to working with all of this. So, and I trust a lot of that because experience has taught me to. But yeah, so it was low this morning. So I had some maple syrup, which is really nice, to bring it up. And then the salt bathing, which was easier. Again, just glugged the whole lot. And yeah. And there's been other things I've been noticing. These are the things that I need to take note of and write down, because otherwise I forget what they are. But anyway, I think I've talked enough. If I really need to share it, it'll come out. So, nearly the end of day 3. Onto my senna henna senna tea. And yeah. Blood sugar at the moment is about 14. It's going to drop down. Haven't had any insulin today, but I think I'm going to set my alarm to wake me up like a few hours after I've gone to sleep to just check where that level's going, because I'm wondering if the body's starting to shift about and change its relationship to insulin, because that's what I learned when I did the juice fast last year, is just like the way your body relates to and works with the insulin when you're not chomping food. I mean, I was having juices, but it's just a whole different ball game. Just behaves completely differently. So I think tonight I'm going to set my alarm, just wake myself up. But yeah, last night I slept really well. I was like, I was totally out of it. Slept really deeply, which is good. So yeah, maybe I should conclude. No, I can't even remember what I've said. Never can. But day 3 in the bag. So